also, right? It was in the middle of this corporate office. So we had all these people sitting outside with ties and shirts, sitting on the computers and all. And then you had me walking in a sleeveless t-shirt, shorts, choppers. You had like, and it's that funny, okay, because every time like Vishal or somebody came, no. And this was my family business office, okay. So you know my uncle Mickey, right?
Yes, I do.
So Mickey used to sit in that office. It was his office. It was his company. And he gave me one little corner to set up the studio, okay. So every time like a Vishal or somebody came, no, the whole staff outside would stop, whatever they do, he'd come to the door and start looking. And they'd come autograph and all, okay. So like that happened. So one day I was mixing a song for I don't remember who. And my uncle Mickey comes in. And this was like, I think this happened. Yeah, this was after my dad passed away. So my uncle came into the office, into my studio. And they, Hans, you like nature, right? So I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, so I'm planning this trip to Khana with my family. Why don't you join that? So I'm like, okay, I'll come. Then he shut the door. And that time was, I didn't know, like, at that point in my life, right, the only nature I knew was beach, Himalayas, and that's it. Okay, I knew that there were tigers in India, but I didn't know there were tiger reserves or what a tiger reserve is and all. Never been on a safari or anything, okay? And like a hero, like a Bombay boy, I thought, fuck it, sorry.
That's okay.
I thought it's Madhya Pradesh, center of India. Bombay is hot. That will be hotter. And December was Bombay also, we wear shorts and t-shirt only, no?
Correct.
So I fucking packed my bag with shorts, t-shirt, and I went. It was damn cold, it was like freezing, dude. I was like, I had to borrow my uncle's clothes and all, wear some extra clothes from my driver and all to keep warm, okay? But that's when I saw my first tiger. 5 seconds, that's all, man. 5 seconds, like this tiger is, right? You've been to Khana, right?
Yes, I have.
So you know that huge grassland in the middle? So we are on this path and suddenly like, it was a third safari, okay? And this driver tells this guide, कि बाघ पीछे से निकलेगा. So the guide looks at us and says, sir, tiger. So we all looked and like couple of, I think it must have been 15-20 seconds after he said tiger. This tiger, you know, Khana, right, the grass is like tall.
Yeah.
So this tiger is like, she just sticks her head out of the grass like this, turns, looks at us and disappears. It was literally 5 seconds. But I don't know how to explain this. Like the best way to explain it is like, it moved every element inside me. And 5 seconds just turned everything around inside me. It was like, so then I came back to Bombay, but it was like my heart and my soul were left behind in the jungle. So I would like close my eyes and I would see the tiger only, yeah. So then I sat, I had set up the studio and all, so we had to run a business, right? It's a business at the end of the day.
True.
So you're from the industry, so you'll understand this. But up till 2010, 2011, all the ad agencies and all were in Lower Parel.
Right.
And my studio was in Worli. And then in 2011, 2012, they started shifting to Goregaon and all. So now business started going, all my money was coming from there. They were my paisa clients like you have.
Right.
So then I had two options. One was either I moved the studio to Andheri. I'm a South Bombay boy, that's not happening. Anyways, second one was shut the studio down. And by then I had already completed 10 years in the music industry. And I had come to this realization that, half the time, like the Bollywood clients hardly pay. So then we decided to shut the studio down, okay? And like 5 years like of my own studio, setting up and all, like my baby, yeah.
A bit of a heart.
Yeah, a bit of a heart like breaks, right?
Yeah.
And that tiger was still in my head for 1 year ago.
Right.
So I was sitting at home and watching like Discovery and Nat Geo and all. So I called up my dad's friend who took me to the Himalayas. I called him up and I told him, Mahesh uncle. And these are my actual words to him. Mahesh uncle, मुझे tiger बचाना है, क्या करूँ? So now Mahesh uncle goes quiet on the other side of the phone. He's thinking. He's like, अच्छा एक काम कर. I have a friend in Ranthambore called Fateh Singh Rathod. I'm sending his number, you give him a call. I said, okay. He sent me his number, I called up Fateh. I have no clue who Fateh Singh Rathod is at this time, okay? Give him a call. हाँ sir, मुझे tiger बचाना है. My uncle has given me your number. So he said to talk to you. So Fateh tells me that we run this one course called Conservation Leadership Program. It's 7,000 rupees. It's 7 days in May. And this is, I'm talking in Feb, okay? And he's like, Acha, so you come to Ranthambore, you meet me, and then I'll tell you about the course, and then you decide if you want to do it. So I cut my call, went to the bank, made the DD for 7,000 rupees in the name of Tiger Watch. Went to my office, my uncle's office, got the peon to book me tickets. And 2 days, I think 3 days later, I was in Ranthambore. And I'm like, yes, sir, I want to join, thank you very much. You don't need to tell me anything more.
That's fabulous, man.
So then after that, that's how I got into wildlife conservation and all. After doing the course with Tiger Watch, at that time Tiger Watch used to work on anti-poaching and poacher rehabilitation. So basically the concept was that, yes, poachers are a problem and threat to wildlife, and it is a criminal activity. So first of all you have to get them arrested. Then after they get convicted and when they come out after doing their time, then nobody wants to give them a job or anything, and they go back to poaching. So the thing was to give them alternate source of income. And that was part of the rehabilitation program. So after Ranthambore, I moved to Tadoba, I started working with the forest department, and I was training the drivers and guides in tracking tigers and teaching them about the wildlife and how to identify wildlife, how to identify animals, birds. So they are my students. Now the thing when you talk about habitat losses is that, yes, our tiger numbers are going up in our country right now, yes. But the forests are not expanding to handle so many tigers. So at some point those tigers are going to come out, they're going to come in contact with humans. And that's what's happening now, which leads to man-animal conflict. So poaching is the problem, yes. I will not say it's not a problem, but an even more serious problem today is habitat loss. I mean, when you talk about saving the tiger, you should also talk about saving the habitat. Increase the habitat with the population. So that's what, right now, that's what I'm working on, man-animal conflict mitigation. Because that is most important.
Are you making progress with all your efforts?
I'll give you a simple example, okay? Like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, we started to realize that wild animals, including leopards, bears, and tigers, had started coming closer to villages, mainly in summer months. Because what's happening is global warming is of course happening, but the thing is that every village around Tadoba, every village has a village talab, a lake. Then the villagers use that for the year, for their water. So it's called a gaon talab, okay? So in summer what started happening is that the animals were coming out in search of water. Because all the water holes inside the forest were starting to dry up very badly. So now what do you do? Now this is a major problem. I mean, tigers are coming into the village, attacking villagers, attacking cattle. Cattle compensation is going up. Government has to pay for cattle compensation. I mean, if a human is killed, they have to give his family members compensation and all that. So these were all kinds of effects of the animals coming out of the forest. So what we decided to do is we made a proposal and gave it to the forest department saying that why don't we build solar water holes inside the forest? Like you dig a hole, a big hole, you dig a borewell. Yes, I know we're tapping the groundwater, but that is important if you want to mitigate this problem. So we built borewells and we put solar pumps with solar panels. So when the sun is out, the borewell keeps pumping water into the hole, and when it fills up, the overflow flows into a stream and goes back into the ground only in the sand. So basically it goes back into the water table. So that wastage is limited And there is water in summer also now because the borewell is pumping water. Whatever little bit is pumping. So now the animals that used to come out aren't coming out anymore. And areas that couldn't sustain tigers have now got resident tigers living out there and breeding.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Man.